If you want some aggressive exhaust notes and more clearance off-road for your 2016 or newer 3.5-liter Tacoma, this Flowmaster FlowFX Extreme single turn-down exhaust system will be the kit to check out. Now right off the bat, when it comes to sound, this will be higher up at a 4 out of 5 on the loudness meter, with 1 being completely stock, 5 being Wake the Neighbors Loud. Now this will do a great job at deepening the tone of the exhaust and also increasing the volume, creating a more aggressive presence to the truck without too much interior annoyance or drone, making it pretty comfortable. Now, as far as performance, this will also give you some minor gains, getting you some better throttle response and also some better efficiency, while also offering a lot of clearance compared to other systems. Great if you're taking your truck off-road. Now this kit will be made of 3-inch diameter mandrel bent 409 stainless steel, offering consistent and direct airflow as well as some pretty good rust resistance. Now the tip will also keep the same features with the rest of the exhaust, with a 3-inch turn down style tip as well as a brush finish. Now again, this will be a turn down style exhaust, so not only will you not see this, but it's also going to stay out of the way of any obstacles if you're taking your truck off-road, minimizing any damage compared to a side exit or a rear exit system. This will also be a direct bolt-on application and come with everything you need in order to make this a straightforward install. Getting into price, this will be on the more affordable side, mainly because of the style of exhaust at roughly $350. Now with that price, you're getting a solid build with the rust-resistant 409, some really aggressive notes and a decent amount of volume, as well as a high clearance system. Now others available on the page may just be set up a bit differently, with a 304 stainless that may cost you a little bit more, being on the higher quality side compared to 409, a side exit or a dual exit configuration, or even a little less volume than this choice. Now overall, I think if you really don't care for looks and you just want a good sounding and well-made system at an affordable price, then this is going to be it. Now install will be a 2 out of 3 wrenches on the difficulty meter, taking you about 2 hours to get the job done, but I wouldn't be surprised if you got it done a little bit sooner with some basic hand tools. However, that is going to wrap it up for my review. Let's go ahead and head over to the shop where we can show you a detailed breakdown of the install right now.
Tools required for this install include an impact gun, a can of penetrating lubricant, an exhaust hanger remover tool, a tape measure, 14 and 15 millimeter sockets, a marker, as well as a saw, a grinder, and pole jacks or jack stand. What's up guys? Today I'm going to be showing you how to install an exhaust on our Tacoma, so let's get started. So our first step is going to be to disconnect our hanger on our tailpipe, as well as our frontmost hanger behind the flange. We're going to leave the 2 hangers connected behind the muffler until we disconnect our flange and we're ready to fully remove our exhaust. So I've gone ahead and sprayed our hanger down with some penetrating lubricant just to make it a little bit easier to slide off. And then I'm going to get in there with an exhaust hanger remover tool, slide this out. So now coming to the front side of our muffler, right behind our flange, we can remove our second hanger. I went ahead and did the same thing, sprayed it down with some penetrating lubricant, and then we can pop that out. So now with our 2 hangers removed, we can attack our flange. So these are going to be 2 14 millimeter bolts. So I'll get a 14 millimeter socket on an impact gun and get these off. So now with our flange unbolted, we can hit our last 2 hangers that are right behind the muffler. So I'll get in there with our exhaust hanger remover tool. So now I've thrown a pole jack underneath our muffler just to hold the exhaust into place while we remove our last exhaust hanger. Then once again, I'll get behind that with our exhaust remover tool and pop that out. So now we can start to slowly lower our pole jack and move the exhaust out towards the front of the truck. So now with our stock exhaust removed, before we can install our new one, we're going to have to make some cuts. Now this is only for if you have the 128-inch wheelbase. If you have the 141-inch wheelbase, you won't have to cut this pipe. Since we have the 128, we're going to have to cut 13 inches off of our pipe. So we'll grab a tape measure, lay it down, mark off at 13 inches, and we'll take it over to the saw and make our cut. So we'll make our mark at 13 inches, and I'll meet you over at the saw to make our cut. So now I've got our pipe lined up with our cut, so we can go ahead and make our cut, clean up our edges, and then get this installed on our truck. So now with our cut made, we can come over to our grinder to clean up our edges. So now with our edges cleaned up, we can take this back and get it on the truck. So now we can go ahead and install our new front pipe. We're going to be reusing our factory hardware, those 14mm bolts. So we'll line it up and get our bolts started. Now we can take a 14mm socket on an impact gun and tighten these bolts down. So now we can take our 3-inch clamp with the hanger, and we're going to slide it into our hanger here and over our front pipe. So now we can install our muffler. So we're going to slide through our 2 hangers first, and then we're going to make our connection to our front pipe. So now we can slide our clamp into position, and then we'll take a 15mm socket on an impact gun to snug that down. So that'll wrap up this review and install of the Flowmaster FlowFX Extreme Single Exhaust System with turn down for your 2016 to current 3.5 liter Tacoma. Thank you for watching, and remember, for all things Tacoma, keep it right here at extremeterrain.com.